Hey, what's up, everybody? John, Half-Ass Gaming. Turn 3, German combat. All right, let's get right into this. I don't want to make this the longest video. We're just gonna get right into this. So, for some reason, the Germans, 21st Division, Panzer Division, here, not the unit, the security unit on the bottom. We're not gonna even bother with them. These two 4s are 8, and then down here we have a 6, and then we have the recon unit right there. Both of those two are halves, so that's 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus the 8 is 13. And what are they attacking? Well, they're attacking these guys who were out of supply, soon to be in supply, and we have a 5 and another 5. So that's 10. Plus the 2 for the terrain is actually 13 to 12. So if you throw in an armored ship for the Germans, and then you throw in they're going to use con-based artillery. So let's make this 7th Army supply point go from 2 to 1. And then, so this would normally be a 3 to 1 attack. I got a bad feeling about this attack. But anyway, it's 3 to 1, and now you factor in the JABOS table. Yeah, JABOS, clear weather, death from above is what we're talking about here. So a 1, 2, or a 3 means it's no effect. 4 is going to cost you a shift of 1. 5 is shift of 2. And if you roll a 6, it's a shift of 3. So this could be a very bad attack. Germans want to roll small on this JABOS table. Here we go. And they roll a 1, and the die goes like right through Cherbourg and blows through. Well, let me just set this up. But the all important thing is they rolled a 1, and it took out half of the Cherbourg garrison with it. Let me just set this up real quick. So there is no effect. The JABOS that comes up lame, the Allied air power is no effect on this battle. So it is indeed a 3 to 1. And let's go ahead and pull out that table. All right, 3 to 1 for the Germans. I got to take advantage of the Allies not using their air power to the full effect. Here's the roll on 3 to 1. And that roll is a 5 on 3 to 1. That's actually, I guess it's going to be good. It's A1D1. Ugh. All right, A1D1 is each side loses 1 step. The attacker's step loss must come from the MAV, which is all the Germans are in the MAV. Surviving defenders either retreat or conduct a determined defense. So let's deal with the Germans first. Who do they want to take for a loss? I think I know who they're going to take for a loss. It's going to be this recon if he's a 2-stepper. Are you a 2-stepper? Indeed you are, my man. You're a 2-stepper. You're going to take the loss. All right. And he goes right under this 6. Actually, he's going to be on top of the 6.5 because he's mechanized. So that's their 1 loss from the MAV. Now the Allies are going to take a hit. By the way, there was no TQ thing as all units involved were +1. Not all units, not the 2 armored units, but all the other ones were +1. All right, so this Allied unit goes to 3-3. Now, interesting, what are they going to do? Well, what they're going to do is, I think they're going to do a determined defense, and they are going to do a determined defense, and I think they can get a naval modifier from an offshore battery on if this is the Brits, we'll call it the Warspite. And yeah, I think that's I'm going to flip the Warspite. And are they within range? Yeah, they are in the range of naval gunfire. So now let's look at this because I screwed this up before. So let's see if I remember how to do it. They are not in flooded clear. They're not in proof position, strong point city. They're in other. And the DRMs are, they're going to get defensive support +1 from the offshore battery, the Warspite. And then the lead unit's TQ or armor rating comparison result. Ugh. Now, that was an issue earlier in the game of how I interpreted the TQ. Okay, so there is no armor. Well, armor, the language is armor rating comparison result. Huh. The lead unit's TQ, and I would, from the way I read it, the TQ was not a comparison. It was just does the defender have a TQ? Let me go look at this one more time. Total quality, blah, 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 blah. One moment. I don't want to screw this up again. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to award them a +1 for the naval gunfire, and I'm going to award them for having a +1 because one of the people in the peanut gallery told me that it's not a TQ comparison. Okay, not a TQ comparison. So I'm actually going to say that they get a +2. That may be, and then there's the other language is lead units TQ or armor rating comparison. If it's an armor rating comparison, the Brits are going to come up short on that. But the TQ is, do they have TQ, yes or no? Not in comparison to the Germans. So I'm going to award them a +2, and we'll go with that. So here's the roll. It's a 3 + 2 is 5. There we go again. They get out of it. Other +5. Retreat is canceled, but they take another hit. Let me look at determined defense. So it nets out to be a 5, where basically the Brits are going to take another hit. I want to look at determined defense here real quick, and see if that's valid. I want to see if I've got that right. One moment. All right, so yeah, I think the +2 modifier is going to stand on that. And so modified with the roll of a 3 gives them a 5, which again, just to go over it, is a retreat canceled -1. So this other 5-3 is going to also get knocked down. They do not take a disruption, so both 5-3s get knocked down to 3-3s. So that is definitely a win for the Germans here. The Brits hold out. They hold their position, but they take two huge hits as both of those really nice airborne units take a hit, and they go from 5-3 to 3-3. All right. So, and the only way they could have got away with that is because the JABOS, it came up empty. So, good for the Germans on that. Let me go ahead and move to, there's nothing else going to go on. Let me move over to this area, the other Commonwealth, the other side of the Commonwealth. Hold up. All right, so we're looking here at the other end of the Commonwealth forces. The Germans are looking around to see if they want to do things. I haven't even looked at this prior to what we looking at this right now. I didn't set this up, so all you have is a recon with a, I don't know if that's a 352nd. I didn't even look. Let me see what that is underneath him. That's a 716. So that's real, and there's two everyday 352nd units right there. Not something you want to go, especially in JABOS on clear weather. You don't even want to try anything there. How about over to Omaha Beach? Just see what's going to go on there. I mean, actually, I guess the Germans are not aware that the Allies are gonna evacuate the beach. So how would they know? Let's go over there and take a look. Okay, there's the situation at Omaha. Let me see what's under 12th SS right here. He's got a 6.5. Wow, that guy must have been like a 9.5 or a 10.5. He's got that, and he's got these guys 2.5. So we still got some nice units there that he could attack this side right here. There's the engineer with 3 right here. Don't tell me these are 2 cadres right here. No, that would be 6. And the engineer's 3. So, okay, you got 6. The engineer's 3. That's 9. And then the armor is 10. So you've got 10 plus 2 for being mixed. So you're looking at like 12. The Germans can muster the 12. They can easily muster the 12 because they've got like 11 here. And then this guy, we'd have to use this guy right here to get the armor shift because he's got the 4 in the gray. So that's all 12th SS, all of those units. And then you have these, we don't even have to involve those guys because we've got a 5, we've got a 6, which is 11, plus a 2. And what was underneath here? So we've got a 7 and 11. That takes us up to the max is 18. So 18 facing off against 13. That's a 1-to-1. We'd get a big time armored shift. And check this out. We do have a Werfer now just south of this, out of your picture, heading right down here. There is a Werfer with a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Werfer does get in there, and that does not cost you a supply point. I'm going to flip the Werfer over. The Werfer gets flipped. I like Werfers, man. They don't cost you a supply point. And Werfer barely makes it 5 hexes away. And so, all right, let's go ahead and do this. So what are we looking at? What are we looking at? You have, and it's just going to be the 4 units of the 12th SS are attacking Charlie Dog. And like I said, it's like 18 to 13. Then you have 1 for armored shift, utilizing this 245 right here. That's 2-to-1. And then you have the Germans take advantage of TQ shift, which is 3-to-1, and the Werfer is 4-to-1. Okay, now it's a 4-to-1 attack, but here we go, JABOS. All right, let's see what happens. It currently stands at 4-to-1. Here's your JABOS roll. Well, that's a 1. Again, they luck out. The Germans luck out with the Allies rolling 2 consecutive 1s on JABOS. That never happens. So the 4-to-1 roll stands. Let's see if they can make it pay off. 4-to-1. And it's a 3 on 4-to-1, which is a DR, which is defender must either retreat or conduct a determined defense. Well, I'll tell you, dude, we know what it's going to be. It's going to be a determined defense. Who's going to be the lead unit? Well, I think the lead unit is going to have to be, I'm just going to pull all these units off. The lead unit is going to have to be this 4-4 right here. 29th Division. 4-4, determined defense. Now, what he does get the Nevada offshore. He's got offshore naval bombardment. So that's going to be a +1. Does he have a TQ? No, he does not. Does he have an armored advantage? No, he does not. So that's going to be a +1 on this roll. This could get ugly. The Allies better, the Americans better roll high on this. It's a +1. They roll a 1, so this time they're not going to get lucky. So they're an other, it doesn't even matter. The retreat goes on. So for the first time in this game, we need to do a... What is it when you're really screwed? When you're really screwed, you have to do a desperation. Turn the page on the rule book. Desperation defense. If the defender fails his determined defense roll, he may do a desperation defense, but only if the unit or stack contains at least 2 steps, and the stack will be eliminated if it retreats. If they retreat, they will be eliminated. Desperation, okay, so both steps used for that must come from the units qualified but to be the lead unit. Qualified to be the lead unit in the initial determined defense. Well, let me read that again. That's confusing. Well, desperate, I was with you up until the point where you said if they retreat, and as it stands right now, they have to retreat, that whole stack would be dead. Desperation defense is not allowed against DH or A1, D2 results. No, that's not what it was. Both steps used for the desperation defense must come from units qualified to be the lead unit in the initial determined defense. Okay. A desperation defense automatic. Okay, so what happens is you lose 2 steps, but the act of losing the 2 steps automatically cancels the retreat. So they're going to lose 2 steps here. I think this 4-4 has to go. The 4-4 in your picture goes down. 1 step takes it down to cadre, and the other step just kills it. So that's what you got going on. That unit's toast. These guys live to see another day. Like I said, like I was talking about, they are going to they're going to evacuate the beach. They're evacuating the beach. All right, so excellent attack by the Germans. 2 excellent attacks by the Germans. All right, here we are at the peninsula. Germans, you basically do not have it to do any sort of attacks here. I mean, there's nothing going on. You can't, you just don't have it. Let me see what's underneath this guy right here. Yeah. No, you can forget about that. That's not happening. The Germans are totally in defensive mode. The Allies are wearing them down. Here, this is probably their most successful area of operation in Overlord right now as we're speaking is the peninsula. So we're going to get out of here. But hey, we got some paras that we need to attack. I've been saving the best for last. Okay, and here it is down here. Remember when the British first paras dropped with the help of the Polish paras? They decided that they were going to drop in the vicinity of Villers-Bocage, which just so happened to be adjacent to Panzer Lehr, Strat moving north, and probably not a good idea to drop paras right next to Panzer Lehr and Villers-Bocage. So we're going to do some attacks. So Lehr's moving in for the kill. They saw it and they're like, hey, they're paras. They don't have armor. We got lots of armor. Let's go take advantage of it. So this could get ugly over here. Let's see. The JABOS better save the friggin' Allies right here, because it didn't in the first 2 attacks. So what do we got right here? Is this unit even going to attack? We're looking at the Poles right now, that Polish airborne. Are they even going to attack? These guys are halved. It would be 4 plus 2, 6. And this is all Lehr. 6, it would be, yeah, 6 plus 2 would be 8 against the paras getting getting, they'd be getting 5, and both of them have TQs. And I don't know if the red armor, that's an anti-tank armor unit. I don't know if the red armor gives them a shift. I don't believe that it does, but I'm going to check it out. Hold on one moment. It looks like they don't get an armored shift because he's a anti-tank unit. So basically what you're looking at there is they probably aren't going to attack, because that would be, again, it'd be 2, 6, 8, 8 against 5. TQs cancel each other out. It'd be like 8 against 5. That's like 1-to-1, and you got to roll on JABOS. They're not going to do it. Not doing it. Sorry, Charlie. All right, so what do we have here? It looks like this is going to net out to be 1 attack. And this could be ugly right here. You've got layer. This is going to be heavy-duty armor right here. 4 right here. This is a Panther unit right here. 4. And then this is like a Tiger, I want to say company maybe. A Tiger company. So that's, and there's no, and the terrain is the pair, well, there's 2 of them. What do they have? A 5 and a cadre is 7. It's 7, and they're on a mountaintop. They're on a hill. What does the hill do for them? What does a hill do? I gotta look at this. What is a hill? One moment. Hill. Hilltop. Hilltop on the attack. It's an IL, 1 to the left. The attacker suffers a shift 1 column on the plus other terrain in hex DCB. Okay, so they do, it is 1 shift against the attacker, and the other hex is oh yeah, so it is what's the word I'm looking for? Bocage. So it's 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 3 for Bocage makes them a 10. And it's an automatic shift being on a hill. So what you're looking at is 3 4s is 12 to 10. Wow, nobody's a +1 there for the Germans. Wow, nobody's a +1 for the Germans. Amazing. So the Paras get a +1. The Germans do not have a +1. Do they even get an armored shift? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Don't you have to have some sort of... Oh, shit. Don't you have to have some sort of... The armor shift has an armored unit with a gray, and he has no units with an armor rating. Okay, well that is the case. So he gets a +1. All right, yeah. Okay, so what you have there, it's 12 to 10. They have a TQ of +1, but they have an armored shift that cancels each other out, and being in a hilltop makes it a +1. That is bananas. Then you're going to do a JABOS on top of that. They're already -1. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. So these awesome attacks right here turn out to be not so awesome because the Paras are sitting on top of a nice hill. Damn. How about this? 7. That would be 8, 7. Okay, how about this? How about, what if we just do this? What if we just do this? Let's do Lair attacks this 5-3 right here with the help of that Tiger company right there. All right, so they both have a +1, and the Tiger is obviously going to be halved. So it's going to be 7 plus 2 is 9, facing off against 8. 5 plus 3 for the bocage. So that's straight up. And the TQs cancel each other out. And they do get an armored shift. So it's +1 for the Germans right now. And what the Germans will do, if it's +1, they're going to use 47th Panzer Headquarters to call in artillery. All right, so that's going to take 7th Army down to 0. So they're using 47th. Let me flip them over to call in a. I don't think, do they flip? Only if they move. Only if they move. They didn't move. 47th Panzer Headquarters is going to call in artillery. So you're looking at 2 to 1, but we got to do the JABOS roll. It's a 2 to 1 on this only attack. Here's your JABOS roll. The first 2 ended up with 1s. Let's see what happens here. It's a 6. Well, the Germans are going to pay the piper here because a 6 is a +3. So your 2 to 1 attack, or was it 3 to 1? Was it 3 to 1? Let's go over it again. Let's go over it again real quick. The 1 to 1, the TQ cancels each other's out. The ratio cancels each other out. And then they get an armor, which made it 2 to 1. And then the artillery that they brought in made it 3 to 1. But now we got to bring this bitch back 3 on 3 to 1. 1, 2, 3. This is a 1 to 2 attack. Ugh. 1 to 2. Here we go. You want to roll high, Germans. And they do roll a 6 on 1 to 2, which is a DR. They lucked out considering that devastating JABOS roll. Oh my God. It's a DR for, I think these guys do not want to retreat. I don't think they want to retreat. So they're going to do, this unit right here is going to do a determined defense. And they get a +1 for determined defense. That is it. They get a +1 for determined defense on other. Here's your allied determined defense. It's a 5 +1 is, it's an exchange. Ooh, let's read exchange. Is that determined defense exchange? Defender's lead unit loses 1 step, and anyone attacking from the MAV loses 1 step. Defender's choice. All right. So the allies, he's going to lose 3-3. He's going to be reduced to a 3-3 right here. And the defender's choice, he's going to take this tiger down. No doubt about that. Because they can only be built up, if he can be built up, he can only be built up in a storm turn. There you go. So there you have it. There you go. So the pairs were smart enough to set up shop on top of that hill. That saved their asses in a devastating JABOS roll, but then the Germans roll a 6, and then the Allies come back with a sweet determined defense roll, and wow, that was something. All right, that's just going to be the German attacking portion of this video. I'm going to do a video where I'm going to wrap up. Well, let me do it. I might just do it real quick. If I can do this shit real quick right here. German combat phase, German recovery, move over, replacement, disruption, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just do that real quick. This disrupt over here is coming off of the Germans. All right, that comes off. All right. They got a replacement. I took off a disruption over here, right? There was a unit that was just northwest of Caen. It's not in the video. And then there's a replacement over here in the peninsula. Their marker's coming off. And then right next to that replacement was a disruption for the Germans. That's coming off. So 3 markers come off. I didn't want to move 2 disruption and 1 replacement come off. That's the gist of it. I didn't move the camera. Sorry about that. And well, let me go ahead and move the camera and show you. This unit right here right next to con, they were disrupted. That marker came off. And then some bullshit unit over right next to the replacement. Well, let me go ahead and show you that as well. Okay, I think this unit might have been a replacement. And then I think this unit might have been disrupted. So those 3 markers came off, and let's see what else we have to do to... And then we check for supply for the Germans. Hold on, I want to just go ahead and read that real quick. German recovery phase. Markers from German, remove all reserve markers. German recovery phase. Yeah. German supply phase. Is everybody... I think all the Germans are in supply. Let me check the peninsula. Yes, they're all in supply. Let me move to Omaha. Yep, Germans are in supply. Moving over here to the Commonwealth area. All Germans are in supply. Even that stronghold is in supply. All the Germans are in supply here. Okay, so that's going to do it for the German attack phase and recovery phase. Let's just scan the beach real quick. Let's just scan it. So there you go, right there. That's around con. Notice that I moved those strat markers up 1 because the way they were halved. No, were they halved? Yeah, halved to 2.5. No, halved to no. They took 2 off their 5 movement points and then doubled to 6. So I had to move them up 1 movement point. In the con, there's the beaches, and over to the peninsula. And down here, where it was some crazy shit going on with the paras. All right, I'm John. I'm out. We'll see you guys next time.